Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, it's Those Guys with your host Matt Marrero along with the other host,
Tristan Walter.
And this is technically our first podcast of the new year, sort of.
Woo!
Not technically. It's on because here's the thing, Tristan. If you remember, we recorded in advance a podcast that just came out yesterday, technically, for TV Tuesday. And that one was supposed to be on the 1st. It was a little delayed, but we still got it out in time. And it was Black Mirror White Christmas, because we couldn't do it on Christmas, so we did it on New Year's. But we recorded that in advance, so that was still done in 2018. This is our first one in 2019, and it actually has me hyped because not only did New Year's land on a day that you and I could actually record this to then release this on Doctor Who Wednesday, but it also wasn't like a week later.
Right.
No, it was really nice because, sometimes, we have – it might not seem like we have lives because the amount of content that we put out, but we actually do. We just record a lot in advance. So usually stuff isn't time reliant, but Doctor Who is. So when Doctor Who airs on a Sunday, I'm like, Tristan, can we do this before the Wednesday for Doctor Who Wednesday? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So in this case, I was actually really happy that it just aired on New Year's Day, on Tuesday. You were available to see it. Family didn't whisk you away, or me for that matter. And I'm just like, Tristan, can we do this now? And we're doing it now. It's great. So I'm actually really happy. How was your New Year's?
Just that one day. Give me this one day where everyone lives, Rose.
Oh, no. Everyone did not live. But everything fell into place.
Oh. You're right.
So,
you're right. The plan came together. The plan came together.
Oh, God. You said... The funniest thing is when I asked you, I was like, hey, can you do this tonight? And your exact response was, I'm not 100%, but I think I can do it. And I was like, please stop quoting Daleks on world domination. Because that's basically what this Daleks whole thing was.
Right, exactly. It's fine, Matt. I built myself a new suit. I got my weapons back. I called the fleet. I'm here. We're good.
I think I'm happy to hear it. But either way, though,
don't worry.
How was your New Year's? Okay, that's fair. How was your New Year's? I was supposed to be away with family, but then that got canceled. So I was home, and I was like, this is life. And then it was nice, but it was like, this is life.
Right,
how are you doing?
Yeah.
You doing okay?
I'm good. Yeah, I've had a good New Year.
All right, that's good. That's good. Family whisked you away again? Because they did for Christmas. That's why we couldn't do Black Mirror on Christmas.
Well, yes and no. But, I mean, I was with family, but friends and family as well.
Okay, good. All right, then. So, about Doctor Who, there's some, look, obviously there's always going to be something that either myself or you are going to be like, but here's the thing. But I have to say, though, this was one of the most entertaining, even if there's a few things that I might not have liked, the most entertaining episode, one of the most out of the entire series thus far. And another thing as well, that you were talking to me about this before we began the episode, off podcast, you were telling me that the stakes felt very high. And I don't want to say it was only because it was Daleks, because I want new villains, I really do.
Right.
But there's something about this that maybe because it was allowed to be longer, where, Doctor Who episodes usually can only be around 50 minutes. Yeah, that might be why. But there was something about maybe also the way they reinvented the Dalek in a sense. So it was like, because yes, of course, the Daleks, we always knew that there was something inside the shell, the creamy center of that fucking horrifying hatred shell. But the thing, though, the thing is, though,
the description is my favorite description of a Dalek, but also horrifying. Never say it again.
Yeah. Fair. No, but here's the thing, though. Usually, when we see a Dalek outside of its shell, it's already close to death anyway.
Right, exactly.
So we've never actually seen one that's like, wait, no, it's fully healthy outside of that shell.
I am Special Forces Dalek.
Basically. Well, it was a recon, so, it was special.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Solid Snake of Daleks.
Pretty much. Oh, God, that is terrifying.
Yeah, right. Solid Snake Dalek. Just
Just
is that a
imagining the
cardboard
Dalek
box?
out of its suit, like
Is that a-
climbing down air shafts, falling onto someone, like wrapping the tentacles around the person's neck and just snapping their neck and then going back to their suit. Oh, God.
As the Dalek is dying, there's just like another Dalek talking to it. Dalek! 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 Game
Dun,
over.
dun, dun.
But no, because here's the thing. The reason why I say that this was very entertaining is because it never felt like there was a moment. Like, yes, they did have moments where they were like taking a break and like doing research. I say taking a break in terms of like you didn't see like it's not like the Doctor was consistently running,
Right.
but it did feel like a race against time in ways that other episodes. There's something about them that like it feels like the Doctor is always in control in many different episodes during this series. Like the one where it felt like she was truly not in control, which is one that I really did enjoy, was the one that involved the king, and witches.
Right.
I forgot what king it was again.
King James?
Thank you. King James, the enemy of witches. Like I was seeing that one because they were doing the marathon before. Yeah, exactly. Just the Doctor, short for Dr. D, and I was like, motherfucker, a necromancer, motherfucker. But still, so I enjoy ones where the Doctor, any Doctor, feels out of control. Not out of control personally, but he or she, they cannot be in control of the situation. So another one that I enjoyed, even though I didn't enjoy not seeing the villain, one that I really enjoyed was the one where the Doctor was on the ship, sans Donna, and he literally couldn't do anything against this villain. And everyone actually, funnily enough, just like the one with the devil, people were pointing at him, saying that he was the outsider, and he was clearly the evil one, because someone on that ship was possessed.
Right.
Very funny how those come together. But still, the point, though, is that, yeah, I enjoy ones where it seems like the Doctor isn't fully in control, because if the Doctor can do everything, then it's not, and yes, we know the Doctor isn't going to die necessarily, but we still want to feel like the Doctor isn't 100% there and everything's going to go fine. Even if the Doctor says, I don't know what to do, like the Doctor usually does. There's certain episodes where it's like, but it seems like everything is going your way, though.
Yeah.
And this one, it was nice to see things kind of get jumbled up, especially introducing Ryan's dad, having that be in there, trying to be, a nice family-friendly moment. I enjoyed that. Also seeing that, something that Ryan's dad didn't know about, seeing Graham and Ryan just being like, Granddad, son. And it was like, he said son in a way that, like, he might as well have said fuck you on television to Ryan's dad.
Right, yeah.
Like, the way he said son with that smile, I was like, ooh, just tell Ryan's dad to go fuck himself. I mean, he just did.
Right.
But anyway.
He kind of did.
He kind of did, yeah. But yeah, so you enjoyed it a lot. I want to hear why you enjoyed it before I can kind of ramble on.
I mean, it was just really nice to have a classic villain back. I love the idea that they were trying to do new things this series, and that, every other episode wasn't a classic villain or, something like that. But I don't know, there's just something about seeing one of the Daleks or Cybermen or the Silence or the Weeping Angels come up on screen that really gives you the chills and, oh shit, this is going to get hairy. Like, the shit's hitting the fan, this one's going to get serious. Because, even from the commercial for, the New Year's special, you just, the preview was interesting, and there was all sorts of different things happening. And then the end of it is just like, Doctor, what is it? And she just kind of pans and looks at the camera, and then you just hear, exterminate! And I nearly fell out of my chair, because we were talking about it, too, and you're like, well, they're going to have to put in the Daleks at some point, so they're going to have to be here, because contractually obligated.
Yes.
But it didn't feel like it didn't feel like a special that was like, okay, guys, look, we have to at least do one flash of Daleks. Like, it actually felt like an organic episode, and it felt really cool. And the premise was really cool, too. So just kind of everything about it hyped me up for it. And I was really happy with how they did it.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say about the trailer that I'm a little upset about is I thought we were going to get thrown into a crazy war. Nothing wrong with being thrown into the modern day. Like, they've jumped around so much of the season that I'm fine with them doing a New Year's special modern day. I think that Christmas specials do work when they're modern day. In this case, not Christmas special, but the New Year's specials. But at the same time, though, I thought we were going into some, like, weird war where it's like, we look like Vikings, but really it's the year, like, 18,000.
Yeah, 18,000.
I thought it was some shit like that.
The 9th century. That's when they were in. So, yeah.
Right, but I thought, but I thought it was going to be like, we're in a space war against who?
Oh.
Thanks for asking, motherfucker. That's actually more Skeletor. Thanks for asking, mother. No, but just says fucker for like 18 minutes. It's like, all right, just shoot me, shit. The way the Daleks just extend everything. But no, I will admit the trailers to me that felt, yes, there was a car in the modern day, so I should have been tipped off that something was weird. But like for all we knew, like it bled into modern day, or like it started off modern day and then they went somewhere else. I mean, I remember the 50th with, what was it? The 50th with, because that was the one that not only had Eleven and Clara, but they were on a motorcycle at some point. It's been a while. All I'm saying is you can have actiony scenes in a Doctor Who special without it actually having to be part of the main plot, because they were on a motorcycle, but that had nothing to do with what happened later on in the episode, because it was the 50th. But I remember at one point it was like Clara on a motorcycle into the TARDIS, and I was like, okay. Because I thought it was going to be a really interesting scene, and it was just her being on a motorcycle, and then if I remember correctly, they just kind of moved on from that. Like, I was like, I thought this would be pivotal. And the car scene was it wasn't pivotal necessarily, but when you only show certain parts, and one of them is like medieval-looking war, and another one is the car scene, I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? Right. I will admit, the intrigue was there, because I was like, what the fuck? Something that apparently, and I don't know if this is confirmed, this is what some people are saying online, so take this with a grain of salt, everybody. Apparently some people watching the episode live in the UK did not like the joke, because the unit joke, they took it as an anti-Brexit joke, and they did not enjoy it. Again, I'm not saying everyone did. But there was an article I saw somewhere. Again, I just don't want to – the reason why I'm saying take it with a grain of salt and do your own research on it, and I wasn't able to in time, is because I don't know where the website stands.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know if like 5 people complained and they're like, it's an outrage across Britain. And it's like, is it really? Is it really an outrage across like all of not just Britain, but like all of the UK? Like, I don't know, but I heard some people saying this, and I just want to, like, one article on a website saying this. I've actually a few, but again, I don't know if it was copy pasted from one to another. What I will say though is, I don't care.
Right.
Let me explain. They take shots at Trump. And I'm not saying I'm a Trump fan. I'm saying that like they took shots at Trump earlier, not only actually with Capaldi, and they took shots at Trump with Mega Millionaire guy, during the Spiders of London. I don't know what the actual episode was called. Arachnids in the UK, I think, was the real name.
Yeah.
The rip-off of Arachnids in the UK.
You got the DVD rip-off.
Yeah, right. Spiders in London. I'm like, I think this actually might be a bootleg. Either way, the point though is that like they've made fun of Trump. Like, you can make fun of yourselves. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. By the way, I would also like to note, it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, it was a sad scene because you and I love UNIT to death.
Yeah.
But it was a really funny scene, and frankly, it was one that needed to happen. And I'm not trying to get political about it and saying that it needed to happen in that way, but it needed to happen for 2 reasons. And I would also argue that was one of the best scenes in the special, and here's why. One, when you see anything happen on Earth now, and I mean anything, my first thought is, fuck is UNIT? Where are they? Where's UNIT?
Right.
Anytime, and I'm talking about any time, my thought is, where's Unit? Come on.
That's fair.
Even if it's like, but Matt, that only happened in the span of like an hour. It's like, yeah, but it's like a secret government task force that monitors all your fucking cell phone records. The second that all of them even come back on a blip, they should be like, oh, the doctor's here again. I hope everything's okay today.
Or the fact of, just probably the Dalek, too. Like, you'd think that would send off, like, a signal. It's like, so we were picking up alien tech, like, immediately.
Yeah, exactly. So that's so like the second the archaeologist, even before it started making its own, tech again in a shop, just the second they were being dug up, the Dalek was being dug up, it should have been like blip on a map for Unit. That's the first thing. Second thing is the fact that it seems like, just like Dragon Ball Z with Dragon Balls. Matt, do you relate everything to Dragon Ball Z?
Yes.
Chala. Here's the thing. Just like Dragon Ball Z with the Dragon Balls, they become cosmic cheat codes. So as much as there are many things that I disliked with GT, I did enjoy it like, oh, no, you use them too much. You fuck-ups.
Right, yeah.
I like that discussion. Just King Kai being like, oh, for fuck's sakes. How about heat up your own tacos? Maybe don't fucking use the Dragon Balls to save 30 seconds. Sorry, it's just they were here. We had them. Why not? So, like, that's the thing. So it's kind of just like when it comes to Unit, it feels like, yeah, like the Doctor always has backup. And it was nice to just have that moment of, oh, God, Unit doesn't exist.
It's like, oh, shit, we're on our own. Even that look on her face as she, like, looks up. So they're like, well? He's like, she just looks. It's like, we're on our own. I'm like, oh.
Although, we do have to admit, though, they could have gotten the Brigadier.
Yeah.
I'll admit,
that's
though.
Why I found it hilarious when the Doctor was calling on the cell phone. It's like, you don't have, like, the number directly to the, like, you don't have the Brigadier's, like, cell phone, really?
I feel like she wouldn't give it. I mean, the Doctor could still get it, but I feel like she wouldn't give it.
Exactly. Like, I mean, it makes sense that, like, she didn't have the right number or something, but, like...
No, I think it was the main, like, I think she was expecting to literally someone pick up the phone and it just to be like, hi, your Unit, to, like, kind of throw me at the Brigadier to her office or, like, patch me in. She was expecting to immediately be patched in, and it's just like, hi, yes, I guess she's just running the phones for defunct programs.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is a defunct number, essentially. Why are you calling? And it's like, what?
Right. I figured it would have been, like, she just gets the number you have requested is not in service. She was like, excuse me?
Yeah, right? No, but the funniest thing is, the reason why I'm saying, like, she could have gotten, it's Brigadier, her name is, like, Kate, right?
Right.
That's the daughter, that's Lethbridge Stewart's daughter, right? Kate?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm only saying it because, like...
her with 12.
I just wanted to make sure I knew her name.
Right, yeah.
Because I feel like it would have been like, well, Unit's been disbanded. What do? I'm going to hone in on Kate's screams of rage.
Right.
And if I can just find... Because I feel like somewhere Kate's just very mad.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all you have to do is hone in on her screams of rage, and I think we could get her to help us on this. But to be fair,
honestly,
without...
I'm surprised she's not, like, Nick Furying this, and she's just like, yeah, so Unit got shut down. I'm still leading an underground resistance, so yeah, we're here. Sorry, don't have phone service anymore.
I think what you're trying to say is, why has the BBC not shaken down Anthony Toto for more Big Finish money by giving Kate her own underground Unit series? Which I think they're probably, how much money do you want to bet? I don't have this money. How much money do you want to bet? $20. They're going to announce.
Anthony just crashed through my front door hearing this.
Yeah, right. Just like Goku.
He's here.
Big Finish. Do you remember when Goku crashed through the fucking wall?
Oh my
in
God!
Super?
Yes.
Yeah, big finish. No, but seriously though, and if any of you new listeners might not know, Anthony Toto, a contributor to the channel, many different channels that we have, he loves those Big Finish audio specials like a bit too much. Like I would tell him to get help.
The question is, Matt, why don't you?
Well, no, I would tell him to get help and be like, you need to like get rid of those. I'll take them. And you need to just purge your entire collection, Anthony. I will accept them. He listens to these. He's gonna send me a text like, how dare you? But anyway, no, but we love Anthony. But here's the thing, though. I'm putting $20 on the table, Tristan. Pretend that I am. Putting $20 on the table. I think they're gonna end up announcing a Big Finish with Kate, leading an underground resistance force.
I mean, we'll see. It's always possible.
It's always possible with Big Finish. I know that they have a Torchwood one coming up, I believe.
Yes.
But I don't know what it's a continuation of. If it's a continuation of like the original, like I don't know if it's set in like modern day. Like I have no idea. But I know that there's a Torchwood one coming up. But still, no. When you said that though, you're like, oh, she's gonna lead a charge. I'm like, that seems like something a novel would take care of. Like This is what Kate was doing when she was furious. She was really mad, and she also stopped some aliens. But I will admit, though, if she isn't allowed to have the tech, like if they block her from having the tech, then like she's literally just a person with a gun. Like I love her to death. She's super smart. She's an amazing tactician, but I don't think she could have actually brought anything to the table unless she had like alien tech to shoot that Dalek's head off.
I mean,
because she can't
with a microwave.
Well, that's because apparently Ryan's dad, all that time that he took away from not being a father, really put that into his microwave technology, clearly.
I mean, he's a pretty smart dude, so.
Clearly. Like he was, which is kind of sad. It's just like, but I'm sorry to interrupt you, dude, but it's like really sad because it's just like Ryan's dad is so smart. It's just like, but the dumbest thing he ever did was leaving Ryan. Hugs Ryan.
I mean, yeah.
But no, it's funny though. I want to meet Ryan's dad's friend, though, who's just like, yeah, no, we developed this microwave together. Stops aliens and shit. Whatever. Microwave oven.
I mean, apparently the Vikings stopped it, Dalek.
That's what's amazing. Like, what I feel like what happened there, from the way it looks, is that like they all just charged it to the point where like I'm sure it shot most of them down, but it's like, all right, too many fucking people.
They had massive casualties.
Clearly. But I'm just saying that, like...
It basically looks like they tied it down and then basically just tore it apart. Which is fucking amazing.
Well, no, it's amazing, but clearly many people died.
Right. I'm just like, the Dalek was like, you cannot stop me, you will bow to me. I will now annex the human race. It's like, they don't do that. They're really good at rebelling. You should know that by now. I mean, they tore you apart in the 9th century, and you think you can do a better job now?
The Doctor was great. I loved her so much because even though, yes, she was still in peril in many ways, I still loved how resilient she was because obviously we knew that she wasn't going to be like, what are the Daleks? Like, no shit, she wasn't going to do that. But it still is nice that one of the coolest things about bringing back older villains that I enjoy is especially with the new Doctor, is their way of trying to skirt around explaining every little fucking part of the canon, but also trying to throw little nods for people like you and I who've been watching for a decent amount of time that we know, like, okay, so the Dalek is, the Daleks have a lot of experience with the Doctor.
Yeah.
To the point where, like,
he completely, it's like, go ahead, scan me, 2 hearts, not human. I'm the Doctor. It's like, computing. Holy shit!
The Daleks, holy shit on a shit sandwich.
Oh my god.
You are the Doctor.
Holy shit. That's right. Oh god, he's firing now.
My god. Yeah, I was waiting for that moment. And that's always a fun moment too, by the way, where the Daleks are just like, we have every version of the Doctor in our fucking encyclopedia over here. Oh, okay, cool. Take my mugshot. What? Just like the new Doctor meeting an old Dalek is just always the funniest thing. Like when it happened with 11, it was great. 9 was really fucking sad. That was the one time I was just like, okay. But like with 10, it was fun in a sense. Like it's just always fun like to see the Daleks' reaction like, ah shit.
Right.
It's like, the Doctor, I thought I was done with you. We thought we were done with you.
Yeah, right.
Feelings mutual, motherfucker.
How many times do I have to fucking deal with you?
The one thing that confuses, yeah, right. The one thing that confuses me though is, I want to know like, and I know this is getting too nerdy into it, but like I want to know which Doctor that Dalek knew. I'm only saying this because like the Dalek has been there for a while.
Yeah.
And the Daleks can't travel through space and time, just through space.
No, yeah, or at least not properly.
Right, of course. Yeah, of course. But no, I'm saying
we've had one or two
point.
do it the wrong way, but
that's a good point. But yeah, no, usually Daleks are just like traveling through space and shit, and like the Dalek just like the Doctor's just like, by the way, holy fuck, found you, so you have to die, and so it's usually how things go. So I'm wondering, like, is this because clearly this Dalek does not, I assume, doesn't know about the Time War.
Right.
Like, this Dalek clearly thought, like, there's something to go back to.
Yeah.
And seemingly at this point, it seems like the Doctor has done a good job, if you want to consider it a good job, of getting rid of as many Daleks as possible. The only time we see new Daleks is like, oh, there's like a random sect. Finally, there's actually a Dalek sect. But there's like a random sect on like this random planet. Because I remember last time it's like the Daleks, like, it was the graves of Skaro that they rose, or like had arisen from. Because that was with when 12 actually met a younger version of oh God, how can I forget him? He created the Daleks. I can't remember his name. Davros. Fucking thank you, Davros. So yeah, no, for some reason I was like Davos because Davos is from Iron Fist. Davros. So my brain was confused. I was like, Davos isn't right. Anyway, so. Yeah, that was the last time we saw the Daleks, and it was a fitting end, I think, for 12 with Daleks, if I remember correctly, because that was the last time. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Well, sort of the last time, because like they randomly appeared once with Bill. But yeah, I don't know how to, like, I'm trying to like not sound super duper nerdy, but I do want to know like what this Dalek thought, like, or if we are, because like they never talk about, at least in I believe they never talk about the years proper, or hell, sometimes they talk about the Time War, like the Doctor totally erased it, but I don't remember if it's officially been erased. I know that the Time Lords are okay.
It's just I feel like it's still kind of separated from time itself. It's kind of still in that bubble.
Yes.
Like,
but
Gallifrey is no longer in there, but, like, the war itself is still removed from time.
Got it. And again, there's just, like, but, like, I always just don't know, like, when the Time War took place, because, like, oh, it took place for a while, man. It's like, I know, but, like, there's random Daleks around that, like, totally don't know about it, or, like, we find random Daleks that are, like civilizations of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
but
have
either
won.
way, though. I think.
I don't know what to. Should I tell him or?
Yeah, right. Oh my God. No, it's just weird that like the Doctor didn't lead with like you're the last Dalek left. Why are you doing this? Which is
it's
usually.
Funny. I feel like 13's probably like just so many incarnations now. She's been like you're the last one. Like ever since 9 came back, it's like you're the last one. Now this is the last one. Now this is the last one. I think that at this point she's just like, Yeah, you're probably not the last one. I'm not even going to kid myself.
That's so funny. Because could you imagine just, you're the last one? Bullshit! You've said that to me before. Oh shit, you again? Oh fuck, it literally is you again. Like it's just the same one.
God,
Literally.
God damn it.
Oh my god. Oh man. But it, yeah, so when it comes to, because there was two things that I was just like, that kind of had me, the reason why I'm like, oh, what about this, is the fact that, like, if the Daleks were around, which is kind of why I'm happy if they're not, if it truly is canon, that, like, no, remember, like, there is no Skaro left, there is no Daleks left for him to kind of go home to, is because it does feel odd that, like, it only takes one Dalek on Earth. I know that the universe is a very huge place. Like, this obviously universe is huge. Doctor Who does a great job of making an expanded universe and not make it seem like everything is so tiny and so small. But, like, so much shit has gone down on Earth over the years that, like, it does feel a little odd that, like, a Dalek is like, all I have to do is just call Daleks to Earth, and then the Earth would be destroyed. And I'm like, is it that easy, though? Has it really been that easy?
Right. Well, that's why I found it hilarious. It's like, you will take me to the fleet? Yeah, sure, all right, I'll do that. Wait, Doctor, what are you doing? Just trust me. All right, here's your fleet. What? There is no fleet. There is just a building sun. Yeah. Funny thing about that. Can't remember if I did that or you did that or the Time War did that. Somebody did that.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm actually confused about that because it's been so long since I've seen older Doctor Who that I'm like, wait, was that some Bad Wolf shenanigans? I'm literally confused about that. I'm like, why is it a sun? Like, I didn't know if it was like a complete misdirection because I feel like the Dalek would know if it wasn't where his fleet would be.
Right.
So no. So I'm agreeing with you there. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, no, that's where they would have been if they were still alive. Ha ha. And then just, pushes them out of the ship. My thing is this, though, just this idea of like, yeah, my thing is this.
Holy shit.
Oh, no, what I loved about this Doctor, though, just like other Doctors do, but I'm happy that it finally came out of her, of like, okay, you guys heard me give him a chance, right? Yeah, no, of
right.
course.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I loved it.
You guys believe that I can pull off this plan, right? I'm fast enough for this. Yeah, sure, probably, maybe. All right, need to work on that part a bit more.
Yeah, right. Also, something else that I enjoyed is that I enjoyed that she understands, like, look, I love other Doctors' fascination with explaining to everyone the intricacies of the TARDIS, but I'm super happy that this one is like, I'm fucking busy. So, like, Graham, you explain it to him. You can bring him along as long as you explain it. Like, I loved it.
Right.
The Doctor just can't, like, the Doctor's like, look, I'm trying to stop a Dalek right now. I'm not going to fangasm over time and relative dimensions in space again.
Right.
But I'm happy about that. Like, I'm happy that, like, she can be her own Doctor, because I feel like with, and again, like, if there's another Doctor under a Chibnall run, I hope that, the Doctor might be excited by telling people about it. So, like, because the thing is, I just want, because what ends up happening, it's not all the time, but it ended up happening during Moffat's run, I believe. Certain characteristics of one Doctor kind of just transferred over to another, certain ones. Because 11 loved freaking people out with time and relative dimensions in space. And if I remember correctly, so did 12. Am I wrong in that? I thought that both really loved being like, yeah, it's bigger on the inside, and they got pissed when people kind of like just knew.
Yeah, I feel like
more 11 than 12, but 12 had it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that both were carbon copies, because that's silly, but both did have similar arcs in their sadness.
Right.
And it's kind of a thing where, like, I hope that, like, if Chibnall is around, because, you know, we know that he's going to be around. I don't think we have to talk about this on K Corner, but I'm pretty sure we talk on Keikaku Corner, our other podcast. But I know we've talked about it during the end of Series 11, that podcast. We know that Chibnall's going to be around for another year, and we know that Whittaker's going to be around for another year.
Right.
So we know that they're both going to be there. We don't know about after that. We don't. But if Whittaker does leave after a second series and Chibnall stays on and we bring on another doctor, I would love for whoever that doctor is, whatever gender that doctor is, I want them to be different than Whittaker. Like, I don't want them to have the similar character arcs and similar mannerisms and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying we have to have, like, a sad, you know, a gloom and doom doctor again, or, you know, this doctor that's like, Curse of the Time Lords and stuff like that. But I would love to have, and I know that wasn't under Moffat's reign, but still, I would love to enjoy to have a doctor who, you know, again, just does things differently than Whittaker's portrayal, even if it's under the same. Because, like, I look at 9 and 10, and if I remember correctly, yes, 9 had his moments of, you know, smiles and stuff, but 9 definitely felt like I just came back from, like, the war.
Yeah. And that's what he was, yeah.
I mean, granted, now we know there might have been some in between, but, like, he had that.
Well, yeah.
But he still had that, like, I just came back from a war mentality, and I don't really talk to people that much. Granted, there were, like, other pictures of 9 in history from the first episode, because there was that one dude, I think his name was Clyde. He was, like, really into the Doctor. Do you remember that guy from, like, the first episode of the first series? He had, like, and remember, this was, like, in 2005, so, like, the internet wasn't what it was today. It wasn't like a wasteland, but like it wasn't what it was today. Yeah, no, remember he was like this dude on a forum that was just like, I have pictures of him on like the Titanic, and I have pictures of him on this.
And Rose was so like, yeah, that seems legit.
Well, Rose was a little creeped out. Actually, it was really funny. Clyde had a wife and kid.
He was like, yeah, you know, I don't blame you. I'm actually surprised you're even here at all.
Yeah, no, but remember Clyde had a wife and kid, and the wife and kid were like, you're one of his friends from the forums.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And even she's yeah, boyfriend in the car.
Right, yeah, she did say that actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back to you know, this current doctor, I'm just saying that I enjoy that we can kind of have doctors that can change and evolve and be different. Because and I'm not saying that no other doctor has been different, but I do enjoy a lot of the differences with Whittaker's take on the Doctor while retaining certain doctorness, you know, like, hey, like the obvious stuff, you know, no guns. I really gave him a chance, didn't I? But again, just cutting to the chase, like, for us that have been watching this for a long time, again, we're going to be asking, like, where is Unit? Oh, the Doctor gave him a chance, so it's time. You know, little things that are there, I think, for older fans watching. But the kids, it's not going to throw them for a loop if it's there, or anyone really whose first time it is watching Doctor Who. Like, I don't think this was confusing to anyone. And there is obviously someone who's watching it for the first time that's like, oh, I've never heard of Unit. That's odd. Well, again, just like any series, you're going to have one thing come up that you're like, I don't know what that is. And a simple Google search, simple Wikipedia search, you're like, oh, that was a reference to Series 5. All right, I'll go back and check that out. Oh, what was really funny, that government worker, she looked up Unit on Wikipedia, and I want to know if that's their actual Wikipedia page or not. No, because when she looked up Unit, she looked them up on Wikipedia.
Oh, my God.
She was like, "Oh yeah, that's what that was. You know, that was a government funding issue. Which, by the way, how funny is it? And obviously they filmed these in advance, so all of this shit was filmed a long time ago, right? It wasn't like it was a week ago or they came in for reshoots. Like, this was filmed a while ago, and yet still they're talking about government funding issues while the U.S. is in a government shutdown. It's not funny that the government shut down because a lot of government workers are not being paid. The timing is kind of funny, like in a weird way. It's like I remember there was this one show. I'm pretty sure it was either Veep, which was one where not that. It was more so like it was no, but it's close to what you're saying though. It was either Veep or House of Cards. I think it was, but it might have been both actually. The writers or the actors were on like a Colbert or some late night show, and they were like, hey, so some of the stuff that happened in our show, people were like, really? I have to see this in your show and then see similar shit on the news, and it's like, but remember, we filmed and wrote this months ago.
Right, yeah.
So they're saying like, people are saying this is too much like Trump. We were filming this before he was president.
Right. Exactly.
And it's like, oh, that's really funny. So in this case, it's like, this was filmed, I mean, granted, maybe there was, because there have been a few shutdowns under Trump's presidency, but it's still interesting that, like, this one is happening, and, like, anyone who's just like, oh, you know, it's like, what are you trying to take a shot at the U.S.? It's like, no, this was filmed a while ago.
Right.
Also, by the way, I would like to mention, just like I think just like we said last time, if we haven't said this on air, I'm going to say this, and yeah, you can disagree. There was nothing different about this than having a Christmas special, and that's why it's okay to move it back by a week. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, the only difference was that it wasn't on Christmas, but I think that the similar, like, it's so close to one another that it's like, yeah, why not? Like, it doesn't have to be a Christmas special. We can do something different. I'm not saying we need to have New Year's specials to the end of time. You know, like, if we
switch it off every year, like switch back and forth.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, either every year or, you know, if and when Whittaker's going to leave eventually. But if she leaves in like 2 years, it's like, okay, yeah, new doctor, maybe new writing staff, unsure. But either way, we know that we'll have Christmas again, let's say.
Or
you know?
even have like other holiday specials as well. That would be cool to see too.
Yes, that would also be very interesting as well. So it's like, hey, we're not doing, you know, a Christmas or a New Year's this year. We're doing a Thanksgiving. The only reason why I would think it'd be it wouldn't work as well is because the filming schedule.
Sure.
Not like when stuff gets released. I'm talking about just generally like when they film. Like it would be like, oh, because the difference between Christmas and New Year's and why it works is, yes, this was technically a 2019 special, but some could argue it was a 2018 special. Sort of. You know, I know technically it's on the first day of 2019, but like still, it's in theory a part of, you know, Series 11, not part of Series 12.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at here is, if they have a Christmas special, then it's just so close to each other that like the filming wouldn't be like they could be filming it right now for next year. You know.
Right.
So, because I mean, they have to start filming for Series 12 soonish, because that shit. If Doctor Who is coming out in 2019, because I don't think the BBC confirmed that there's no Doctor Who officially in 2019. I don't think they confirmed that, but if they did, they didn't. Therefore, Doctor Who's coming out in 2019. They got to film that shit soon. That shit, you know, they got to film that Doctor Who soon. No, because I don't think the BBC confirmed that there's no Doctor Who in 2019. I don't think they did, other than this one special. I don't think they did that. If they did, fuck. But I don't think they did. Anyway, still though, when it comes to this special, it was very entertaining. I enjoyed it a lot. But it wasn't just the Daleks though for you. Like there was other stuff too. There was archaeology.
Oh yeah.
See, look at that.
Which also
Tristan?
furthers the point of the one thing you never want to be in Doctor Who. You never want to be the archaeologist in a Doctor Who episode. Because
you know,
you're either going to die or you're going to be pointed and laughed at.
I feel like it's been a while since we've seen archaeology in Doctor Who, though, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, even space archaeologists, we just see them say that they're space archaeologists, but I barely ever saw River doing any space archaeology.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's funny. Which is funny because audio dramas, they actually go further into it. But I feel like one of the only times you ever saw River actually doing archaeology was when she was trying to get that diamond out of that dude's head with 12. And even then, it's like you're planning on murdering this man for a diamond. It's like, no, I'm not planning. I am. Now come on, let's go.
Wait, why are you?
I'm not around?
Wait, why are you doing this? I'm doing it for personal gain. Harrison Ford, it belongs in a museum.
Which, I mean, to be fair, River was like, I'm returning it to the people you stole it from in the beginning, so, yeah.
Right, I forgot. I didn't know if it was a for sale one or
yeah,
not.
No.
It happens sometimes with River.
It does.
Yeah. But so the archaeologist, I'm so happy that she didn't die.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so nervous about her.
Not many people get possessed by a frickin' Dalek and live to tell the tale. And not many want to be fair, either.
Yeah, no, I'm like, you need therapy. But.
Oh, God, yeah.
No, but my thing is this, though. Here's what I mean. When she got possessed, I was like, oh, shit, she's going to die. And then she didn't die. And then I was like, oh, shit, Ryan's dad, he's going to die. And then he didn't. And I was like, can we check on Graham? Like, is he going to be okay? Like, I was worried we were going to, like, turn around, and he's been like, hey, I've been impaled for the last 5 minutes, and none of you have checked up on me. And he's just, like, eating a pickle sandwich. It's like, really? Now, Granddad? Well, I'm dying. So, like, I didn't know what was going to happen to Graham. I was kind of nervous because I'm not, like, it's the holidays, so you're like, let's keep things a little bit light minus Dalek murdering people. Like, let's keep things light for the people that we've gotten to know throughout the episode or that we've known for a while. But I was a little nervous about Ryan's dad dying on New Year's.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, Happy New Year, dead dad. Like, holy shit, Jesus fuck.
Yeah. Because I thought it was
going
to be that whole idea. It's like, I just got you back into my life, and I'm still working on forgiving you. And it's like, nope, I'm going to die before you get the chance. But I'm going to go out nobly because I'm going to save my son and do the one thing right that I couldn't do this entire time.
Actually.
Like, oh no.
No, when he said, Dad, I forgive you, I considered that the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you might as well just, it's like, Dad, I forgive you. It's like, you might as well just rip his hands off the sides and let him fly out into space.
You might as well just kicked him in yourself.
Yeah, at that point.
Oh, my God.
But Chibnall did something that I didn't expect, and I have to say I really enjoyed it because throughout this series, it's not like everyone has died, but there's been some points where I'm like, I thought you were redeemable, or I thought you were just an innocent, super innocent bystander that we got to know and you were really nice, and then you died. And there was no, lesson to it other than feel sad, you fucking nerds.
Yeah,
no, right. Like that girl in Kerblam. I was sitting there and I'm like, there's no lesson. She was really nice, and she was lured in by being the employee of, like, the month, which is something she always wanted. And then she died, and then it's not like the other guy could be redeemed, the one who, like, made his master plan, because he then died. And I was like, who the fuck won in any of this? Like, it just felt depressing.
Right.
So in this case, I was like, I know it's the holidays, but I was wondering if, like, well, we can't make it a Christmas special. Why? Because we're going to fucking murder Ryan's dad. Oh, okay. Can't happen on Christmas.
Wait.
But it can't happen on Christmas. You can murder his dad, but not on Christmas. That's like those are the big arguments that Chibnall was having with, like, the BBC. You can murder his dad, but not on Christmas. Then why am I going to do it at all?
Right, yeah.
Have you seen Broadchurch?
I haven't.
Oh, I thought you watched some episodes with your mom. Damn it. No, because
I haven't.
Okay, well, because do you know if it's like, is it a Detective of the Week procedural, or is it like a Murder of the Week thing? A Detective of the Week, like a Murder of the Week thing?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm only asking because when the archaeologist, when she was just searching through there, I was like, are they going to get murdered in the first, 5 minutes like it's a fucking police drama? I was like, Chibnall, you're not doing Broadchurch. Please stop it. But By the way, so I called her being possessed by a Dalek, but not possessed. I called the Dalek following her home. I did not call possession. Let me explain why.
Right.
They focused on her too much, and she looked very angry in the car.
Right.
And I was like, this is not right. She actually seemed very interested in that dude, which shocked me. By the way, that was also a fucking Christmas miracle. How the fuck did this not happen on Christmas? They had a drunken kiss at a party, clearly at a work function, and they were both okay with it after. How the fuck did this not air on Christmas?
Yeah, right.
Seriously. Like, they both kissed at a work function, and neither one of them felt awkward about it, other than worrying about the other one liking the other one. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful, tender moment. Like, I'm shocked that it even, like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, maybe, because, like, again, sometimes with certain Chibnall stuff, not a lot, but certain ones, I'm like, this is, or, like, just certain stuff that happened last series, I was like, well, this just felt bleak. People lived, but, like, not people that I wanted to live. Like in Iraqis in the UK, when the woman that was working with Trump Light, when she died, I was like, but Diet Trump. But
that is what I'm going to refer to his character as now.
Because we know he's going to appear next series. We fucking know he's running for president.
God.
Actually, no, we made the joke during the episode when we talked about it. We said clearly when the show's running in 2020, he's fucking running for president in the show's canon. They're going to show like posters and shit or like TV ads of him running for president in 2020 in Doctor Who. I bet on that. But yeah, so when it came to the archaeologist, yeah, I'm happy that they didn't die. I'm super happy that they seemingly are going to have a nice life together. She's going to have years of therapy. And well, you know what it is too? It's kind of sad because the one thing that I dislike about having an ensemble cast, usually I love having one, but the one thing that I dislike is the dude who like could have gotten some type of character development other than I really like this girl, which is good, don't get me wrong, but he could have gotten more character development other than I really like this girl and I believe in conspiracy theories that turn out to be true. Ha ha, take that, government. I feel he could have gotten more, but because it's such a big cast, and they also introduced Ryan's dad, which I'm not saying they shouldn't have done, that does make sense to do that, to kind of do that around the holidays. It felt like once she was saved, it was like, well, what do we do with these two fucking people? Because what do you do with them after they're saved, you know? It's like, all right, come out with us, and we'll kind of, like, stand around like we're Power Rangers.
Right, yeah.
Well, no, because, like, there were so many of them, I'm like, yo, are they about to do, like a Power Rangers pose and shit and just transform?
Yeah. That was kind of cool, though, at the end, like, how they brought it all together. It's like, and it was then, a band of few, humans across the earth came together on a day, on New Year's Day, and were able to thwart the Dalek threat.
That was like, sweet.
It was nice, and you just see the TARDIS kind of phasing in and out.
It was beautifully done.
Kind of in the background a bit.
Yes. No, it was beautifully done, don't get me wrong, in that regard. But at a certain point, it did feel like it was like, what do we do with these two people? Because, like, we've brought them on. Also, Ryan's dad is here now, so that's a thing. Oh, I love how I love the Doctor mercilessly calling out Ryan's dad leaving him. Without mercy.
Wow, go Ryan's dad. That almost makes up for you leaving him. He just looks up like, are we really going to do this right now?
No, her exact words were parenting deficits.
Right, your parenting deficits.
Oh.
He's just like, all right, I know we're busy about to save the world right now, but, like, do I just take that sitting down? Like, I mean, I guess, but did anyone else hear that? Was it just me?
Ryan's, either, I don't know if it's like, Graham. No, you take it standing up. Walks away.
Oh, my God.
Do I take it sitting down? No, you're standing. Leaves.
Yeah.
I loved when Graham was just like, they left me. Like, because they left him with Ryan's dad for a bit, which, by the way, again, when you have that many cast members, it actually makes sense. It's like, yeah, you need to, like, have some time. Like, it was a clever way to be like, all right, like, because, look, I have no problem with the ensemble cast. It's just that, like, usually they haven't introduced new characters unless they're in the episode itself. Yes, there have been some issues that I've had, but usually they actually do a great job of juggling everything, I think. Like, new characters and old characters. Yes, there's certain episodes where we're like, it seemed like Ryan didn't do much, or it seems like Yaz was just kind of there. It does happen, don't get me wrong. But usually that's because it's a Ryan episode or a Yaz episode or a Graham episode or something. During the finale, I was like, what's going on with Yaz? Is she good? Because it felt like Yaz wasn't doing much in the finale. I mean, like, she was there, don't get me wrong, but, like, I felt like she could have done more, perhaps. But still, so it does happen. But in this case, it was a great way to kind of write Graham out for a bit. Because it's like, all right, we need to focus on this new guy who has all these blueprints and shit, and how we're trying to find out where this Dalek is and where she is, because, again, she's possessed by a Dalek, which, like I mentioned to you earlier, Tristan, and I think you enjoy this as well, just adding on to the Dalek's scary repertoire of, like, powers and shit.
Oh, yeah. It's like, how do I make this screaming metal death can scarier? Oh, it can possess you. Excuse me?
Yeah, like, I understand some people might be like...
thing inside? Yeah, it can possess you.
By the way, I think I've said this before, but now it's confirmed that Chibnall watches anime, but now it's confirmed that he watches anime that I don't know if I want to talk to him about. No, because, like, the shot of, either if not him, then the director, the shot of her in the mirror with a tentacle monster saying that he's controlling her every movement and you are my prisoner and slave, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to talk to him about the anime that he likes. I'm good.
Oh, my God.
I'm good. I'm sorry. I got to keep it 100. Like, I got to keep it real with you, dude. Like, and everyone out there listening in. It's not just us. No, it's just, I'm being serious. It's like, it sounds like it's a funny, like, setup to a joke. It's like, that's a zinger. No, that's tentacle stuff, and I don't want to talk to him about what. No, because no, dude, all jokes aside, though, it felt like a creepy anime moment. Maybe it's just because, like, usually the Daleks are, like, in their own little tin cans, and also because usually the CG isn't good enough to have something like that on screen for as long as it is.
Right.
But, like, there was just something about it that just felt like this creepy anime where it's just like, oh, no. It's like she's been possessed, and it's like, in an anime, it's like, and in one that isn't creepy. It's creepy, but not creepy. She just would have, like, flew into the sky and would have fought some dude.
Right.
Blow to blow, fist to fist. Ha, ha, ha. But in this case, it's more like, no, I just carjack. It's like, oh, okay. And I kill police. Ooh, not okay. It was just like, but it was so interesting, though, because the Dalek is just like, look, I don't know how this works. I just know that it goes fast, so let's fucking do it. No, but, like, it was so odd.
Well,
it's just like,
funny. Mm-hmm. It's always the thing I kind of think about when, like, an alien comes to Earth, and it's like, just one of the things that always pops in my head. It's like, you're using land transportation? Like, wait. Like, an alien gets into a car, like, how does this thing work? What? Like,
well, I think he had access to her knowledge.
Propels you against the ground with wheel. Holy shit! Like, this is so. Wow, I can't even remember the last time I saw it.
Oh yeah, no. To him, he's just like, oh wow, so primitive. But, but he has access to her knowledge and her memories.
Right, exactly.
That's why he said, I don't think he actually said the phrase, your friends will die, because it was a threat. He's like, no, I actually know your friends now, because I can peek into your mind. I'm going to murder your friends.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Just, I will murder all of your friends and that dude you kissed at the stag party? What is a
Hey, that's
stag
personal.
party?
I'm sorry.
Dalek's just like, what? But seriously, though, a beautiful thing the Doctor always does, and I somehow missed it, again, like I usually do. The Doctor talking to the Dalek, getting info, but at the same time also stalling for time.
Right.
No, but like it happens all the time. The Doctor consistently stalls for time, and I never notice it, and I'm like, God damn it. No, because it's always that beautiful moment of just like, I've been monologuing. Why? To distract you. And it's just like, I should know by now.
Thanks for giving me just enough time to reroute this.
Yeah. No, but it was also another way to make the Dalek more interesting. You've been making the jokes early on in this episode about, the Doctor, the Dalek being a, just a, what was it, a super secret soldier, super secret Tinker Soldier Dalek spy. And in this case,
Dalek
Winter Soldier. It's, but what I've found very interesting is that, you kind of make it, because it's not just, it's a secret soldier or whatever. No, it has different tech than other Daleks. Like, it just it gives more lore to the Daleks. And I'm sure some people who read, the novels and have read some of the comics are just like, and also, seen or listened to the Big Finish specials are like, well, yeah, I obviously knew that, but like you and I, Tristan, we're like, I didn't know that those Daleks existed. So it's just nice to give more depth to, like, they aren't, like, some writers, and I'm not trying to shit on anyone in particular, but just in general, some, Doctor Who interpretations of, different interpretations of the Daleks, they end up just being hate monsters, and that seems like that's it. And it's like, It's not like they can, it's not like, look, yes, because if you remember when Clara was in a shell, because Missy put her in there.
Yeah, oh God.
And she's like, no, like all it could say is, hate, exterminate. It was just because of the shell that it was in, that it has rage, but like it harnesses that rage. But like that doesn't mean that like they can't create tech. Like there are Dalek scientists in fitted lab coats just for Daleks. We can laugh at that. Fitted lab coats just for Daleks that are just like, I've made more weapons? Yay. It's like the exact opposite. I've made a cure for life? Yay. It's just like...
Cure for life.
like it's
God.
Oh, my God. But still, though, all jokes aside, there are Dalek scientists. Like, clearly someone had to create their tech. They did.
Right.
So there are minds, is what I'm saying. There's minds behind this. It isn't just like, I want to kill you just because. Like, yes, it does come down to a primitive mission of, I am supreme, I'm better than you, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, though, it's not like they don't have the technology to say, like, oh, yes, I can disrupt this because he's a reconnaissance, Dalek. Of course he would have the tech to do some, crazy shit like that if someone was trying to get into his systems.
Right, yeah.
Because he's supposed to be the random Dalek on a lone planet. Essentially, you see, this is how I fucking know Chibnall watches anime. That's the fucking Saiyan Goku. Like, if that Dalek hit his head, he would have been a nice Dalek. That's how I fucking know Chibnall watches anime. All right? He's just a Saiyan. What?
I am Dalek Vegeta.
Oh, God. No, I only laughed because I imagine one Dalek throwing another Dalek into the air.
Oh, my God.
No, Dalek!
Dalek Vegeta, no!
But seriously, though, now I know Chibnall watches anime. It's confirmed. It's been confirmed, Tristan.
Awesome.
Yeah, right, just awesome. If you look really closely, Broadchurch was just an adaptation of Yu Yu Hakusho. What the fuck? I was trying to think of something completely different. I don't know which one. Broadchurch is an adaptation of Ghost Stories. Anyway, back to what actually matters, which is this. No, it was very entertaining, and I know I sound like a broken record, but I don't want to say it's just because of the Daleks, because I want new, interesting, different villains. I don't want the same old villains over and over and over again. But
right, yeah. But nothing that we've seen so far, I think, at least for me, really gives you the chills down your spine, like when you hear a Dalek talking. You know, like
right.
we don't have another big main villain yet from, you know, the new series, which I kind of wish we had, but, you know.
And I do think that, you know, you mentioned the Weeping Angels in the same vein as the Daleks and the Cybermen, and I feel sad to say this, but I feel bad to say this because it makes me feel sad, but I feel like Moffat just kind of put the Weeping Angels into the ground with the way he used them as much as he did. They didn't become scary to me anymore. Like when you have a Weeping Angel Statue of Liberty, its face looked terrifying. But the concept didn't work because it's like, when is someone not looking at the Statue of Liberty?
Right.
It walked through New
ridiculous.
York. Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
But its face was fucking terrifying.
Right, yeah.
Because you said to me once, you were like, Matt, is it not terrifying? I'm like, oh, no, it is. It haunts my nightmares.
No, it's fucking horrifying.
Yeah. But, so I feel like Moffat has done what he's done to Weeping Angels, and I'm like, all right, we're good. But I like what we've seen thus far. But I mean, that is a good point. You know, the Daleks obviously have that history, they have that pedigree. I just think that even with the finale, even though it was about the entire Earth being destroyed, there was just something about way the pace that episode was done that it didn't feel like they were in any danger, especially because they introduced the plan so late into the game, into the episode, where, like, I was kind of like, all right, this is bad, but how does this, like, this is bad, and that was just, you know, because, like, the Doctor is on that planet with an enemy that, you know, she sent off into space years ago.
Right.
So it's like, oh, God, this is bad, and it's like, but also, I'm going to destroy the Earth. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, it felt unneeded. In this case, it's a Dalek who's on Earth. You know that, like, the Dalek is going to, like, want to destroy the Earth and get in contact. So it really felt like a race against time in a way like the first episode did, you know, with that same villain, you know, Teethy McFaceman. He was very intimidating then. But seeing him in the last episode of the series, I was so happy to see him again, because I wanted that continuity. You and I were either talking about him or, like, you know, the racist McRacist face. Why is there a Mick always in the middle? But racist McRacist face. And, you know, so I can't wait to see him again next series. I know some people online were like, he was dumb, but frankly, I enjoyed him. I just didn't enjoy his antics. Like, I didn't enjoy, like, it's just like, shoot him in the face. Well, I have this neural inhibitor, so I can't shoot him in the face, but I could cause racism? It's like, well, I feel like that's a weird oversight. You know, like it's just like, you can't murder, but you can be such a huge dick that you could probably cause her death?
Right.
Oh. That's a weird oversight. Either way, I can't wait for the next series. I hope it happens in 2019. Would be upset if it's in 2020. But I will admit, though, if it does, this was definitely a good way to end.
Over.
To hold over for a bit, because goddamn. Also, by the way, I should note, if it does happen in 2020, because again, my brain's a little scattered with these facts. If it does happen in 2020, it's not saying that there wouldn't be a Christmas or New Year special till like 2021. Like in 2020, in January, we would be getting another New Year's special. So I'm unsure if it's a gap until the New Year's special or not. Either way, though, this was very good. Like, again, if we're considering this a part of Series 11, this was in the top 3.
Right, yeah.
If this is part of Series 12, Series 12 got to work real hard.
Yeah.
This was good. This was
Right,
damn good.
exactly.
Also, it was just so nice being able to see it live, because sometimes it's hard for me to see Christmas specials live because, again, you're with family, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know how they treat New Year's versus Christmas. Any of our fans that are not in the U.S., please tell me how you guys, treat New Year's and Christmas, if this was a good change for you. Because for us, for me at least in the U.S., yes, New Year's, to me, this is just my take on it. Tristan, tell me what your take is as we're kind of wrapping this up. But my take is Christmas is a time to be with family, and New Year's is a time where you're either going to party or you're not going to party. No, that's just my take. Do you agree or disagree? Because I feel like with the Christmas special every year, to some, like, if I was old enough, well, it's funny, I technically am old enough to have kids, but if I was old enough to be steady enough to have kids and feel comfortable with having kids, then I could cuddle up with, my wife and my kids, and we could watch Doctor Who on Christmas Day. But I feel like at the age that we're at, where we get dragged with family or feel obligated to go to family gatherings, sometimes we're not around for Doctor Who on Christmas Day.
Right, yeah.
But on a day like today, not even New Year's Eve, because if it was on New Year's Eve, I'd be like, ooh, I might actually be at a party maybe.
Right.
But having this on New Year's Day, it does feel like we're, even if we were at a party the day before, we have no obligations. Usually no family is asking us like, hey, come on, it's New Year's. It's like, hey, I was there for Christmas. Right. I did my time. Excuse me? You heard me. I said it out loud. This coquito tastes amazing. I did my time. Matt, is that alcoholic? You know it is. No, but for real though, Tristan, you see where I'm coming from, right? Like, I don't know about everyone else's. And again, if you're in the U.S., also tell us about your, holiday experience. But for me, it seems like New Year's is less. It can be personal with family, but it's a lot less personal as you grow older than Christmas.
Right.
Where no matter what, it feels like, ooh, it's Christmas. We got to go see the family on Christmas. So,
right, yeah.
I mean, yeah, do you see, because I feel like this new change in Doctor Who is what I'm saying is it feels like it's much more accessible, at least for me, to watch Doctor Who on New Year's. Do you feel the same?
Right. That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think we've talked about it before, but it does feel nice that I could be like, oh, I could see this on Christmas. And not like have a bunch of distractions or, a bunch of people wanting to just, being around family that it's just like, I'm not even in front of a television. Because we're all hanging out, in another part of the house or whatever. We're having a good time. Like I remember, Christmases when I was but a boy, when I was but a youth. And we would be playing like Kingdom Hearts and like all these other video games, like Star Wars Episode 3. We would be playing. Oh, God. That one was just for Tristan. I was like, just throwing one for Tristan. Marvel versus Capcom, like either fighting games or like, RPGs and stuff. And it was always fun. But at the end of the day, it's, it is nice to be able to sit back and be like, I can actually watch this on time.
Right.
Because you thought it aired yesterday on New Year's.
And then you're like,
New Year's Eve.
Dude, it's tonight. I'm like, oh, shit.
No, it wasn't like tonight. It was like, no, dude, it's right now.
It's right now.
No, because I was telling you, and I think you were under the impression that, like, because you were like, oh, you mean the Black Mirror Christmas special is, like, that we recorded is airing. And I'm like, no, Doctor Who. And you're like, oh, I should see if it's up on demand. I'm like, no, it's airing right this second as we're blabbering. And you were like, oh, shit. Oh, my God. That was so funny. I was like, is he good? I was hoping you were going to be okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so But no, it felt like a nice special, and I think that, I don't know, I mean, I feel weird about people who are like huge, like you can dislike this series, but people that are like huge detractors that are like, this is the worst Doctor Who has ever been, or like, you know, the ratings are down even though they're not, although we don't have ratings for the for the New Year's special yet, obviously, but still, but the ratings have not been down, they've actually been better than Capaldi's. So yeah, you don't have to like this series. You know, Tristan and I have our problems with it, but at the same time, though, like it's just, you know, to have people be like such huge detractors. I feel like this potentially turned things around for them, and if not, then I don't know what will.
I don't know what will.
I really don't. Yeah. But what I want to say, though, is you said something, and I agree with you, because you said this off the podcast, but I still want to bring it up because I agree 100%. You said that this is what this is what 13 needed. And I definitely feel the same. Because even though I think that she got a great speech with the frog, man, out of context, like, she got a great speech with that frog about love, but
right.
Even though I loved that speech, and I think that was her big moment speech, she could have more, of course, but I think that was a big one for her. At the same time, though, yes, she did need something to kind of, you know, an old villain to come back and really feel threatening without feeling obligated to.
Right, exactly. And it's not like I felt like the Doctor wasn't, you know, a great presence and like she wasn't a badass, but like you don't, like when you go up against one of your old enemies, like the Doctor goes into like serious mode, whereas when she's going up against like newer people, she's always kind of still testing the waters, like, hey, maybe we can resolve this, or like, who are you and what are you doing? When the Dalek appears, she's like, no guys, this is like DEFCON 5, get in the TARDIS.
Yeah, no, it was so interesting when she was just like, honestly, guys, like, you really should find, like, hell, even the Dalek shooting, it's like, did you really think I would come here without shields? Like, the Doctor has, like, every single thing planned when it comes to a Dalek.
Right.
Like, she doesn't know how to defeat them, obviously, in certain cases, because it's just like, the Doctor doesn't use guns. So it's just like, I'm not going to use a space gun against it, so I'd rather not. But still, yeah, no, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, no, it's a Dalek. I'm not going to fucking take a chance with a Dalek.
Right.
You know? So it was a very good special, I'll say that much. But like I said, I really don't know. If there's people who really haven't liked this Doctor, and it's fine if you haven't. I'm not saying you have to, you know, like the Doctor or every new Doctor, but if you haven't liked this Doctor and you haven't liked this series and this was still off-putting to you, I really don't know what would make you enjoy, you know, Doctor Who again. I mean, just take a break. I wish you luck, and I hope you come back. I mean, I know some people that took breaks around the end of Smith with Capaldi, and it was nothing against Capaldi. It was just people being like, you know, I feel like I've had enough of Moffat, and I'm not trying to shit on him. I'm saying that I knew people who said that out loud. They were like, I think I've had enough of Moffat for now. I'll come back maybe with a new writing staff, new regeneration. And I don't know if they've seen new Doctor Who, but I have told them, I'm like, hey, so shit's changed, so totally come watch it again if you want. And I don't know if they've seen it or not, but still, and I know it's anecdotal, but what I'm saying is that if you're someone who's listening to these podcasts, which, by the way, thank you so much for doing that. Even if you dislike Doctor Who, if you like listening to us, thank you. But still, if you're listening to these podcasts and you're just like, yeah, no, I'm done, I'm like, all right, that's cool. You know, I hope I see you again soon, because I don't know how it can get any better than this. Like, I've enjoyed, even though we've had issues, I've enjoyed the differences that they've done, the different things that they've done this last series. But again, some people haven't. But I feel like it's like when you go back to the Daleks, you're going back to, you know, to old villains. I don't know what else you would, and yes, I know the Dalek wasn't in, you know, the suit the entire time, but again, that would just be old hat. Too old hat.
And I mean, I thought that was really cool. That, like, he was able to, you know, he possessed other people and then even built a suit out of scrap metal. That was awesome. Most of it. Yeah.
Some of it was normal. Like, it was a mix between, hey, I have, like, some of my shit, but other shit I kind of need to scrap metal this thing up. but still, you're right though. Like, it was actually pretty cool. I think that next time we should have a more traditional Dalek introduced, but I have no problem this time introducing a Dalek in this fashion because, again, we've seen so many other ways for the Daleks to be introduced that if it was just a typical alien invasion on a Tuesday on New Year's, as an alien invasion is wants to be on Doctor Who's version of Earth, still it would just be so plain, so normal, so old hat, So I'm okay with doing something a little bit different with the Daleks. And I understand if someone's like, oh, that was my problem. It was a little bit different. Like, okay, fair. But again, like, this was still an intense episode. And I love how the Doctor is just like the Doctor's just like, oh my God, it's possessing her. One of the companions, like an alien-human hybrid? No, nothing like that.
No, nothing.
Nothing. Really? But it's like it's an alien and it's a human. It is nothing like that. Is it like a special kind of Dalek? Get the fuck out of my TARDIS. Whoa, Doctor! Get the fuck out of my TARDIS.
I will pick you up tomorrow. Get out of my TARDIS.
I wonder if it has like the Dalek's head. You get the fuck out too. All of you get the fuck out.
Oh my God.
Why is she in a suit? You get the fuck out too. All of you get the fuck out. No, we're getting away from this. She says,
too good, man.
Oh, I just got a phone call from her. What did she say? She's taking a trip to New York. You get the fuck out as well. All of you leave. All of you leave. I'm dealing with this on my own. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Anyway, I think that's what we end this on. I think that's where we have to end it. I think we're done. Either way, though, it's a little sad. It's bittersweet. We won't be talking about Doctor Who for a while. I don't know if we're going to be doing maybe some older reviews or trying to do some BBC, big finishes and stuff like that. But when it comes down to, new Doctor Who, we're not talking about new Doctor Who for a while. So it's kind of bittersweet, whenever this happens. But either way, thank you all so much. We love you all for listening in, as always. If you're listening to this through our YouTube channel, Those Guys on the Radio, thank you. Please remember to like and subscribe. Please remember to, if you don't like the video, you can still like and subscribe either way, or dislike and subscribe. That's cool, too. That's fine. You can hate watch us. That's totally cool. I won't judge you. You could also be listening to this through our Blog Talk Radio account, blogtalkradio.com/ThoseGuysOnTheRadio. If so, again, thank you as well. Also would like to mention that you could download these and listen to us on the go. Do you want to make your commute commutable? I don't know. Better? Question? You can go over to iTunes, search up Those Guys there, just Those Guys, and you'll find all of our older work there as well. And just again, thank you all so much. I hope you had a happy holidays. Again, tell us down below if you did. If you didn't, that's okay too. You can talk to us about that as well. We're just gonna wrap this thing up. But I want to say, Tristan, before we do, anything you want to say? Any final words? That's very morbid. Anything you want to say?
I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. Ooh.
It's time for me to regenerate.
Yeah, right.
It's time for the TARDIS to explode. Goodbye, Matt.
Oh, God.
No, I mean, I had fun with this series. I really enjoyed this special. Can't wait to see, what comes next for 13 and everybody. So I'm really happy with Doctor Who right now, which is good. It feels good. It feels good again, Matt. It feels good.
It does. No, it does. And there's nothing against Capaldi. It's just because I wanted more Capaldi. I actually wanted one more series of Capaldi. I felt robbed because we had a hiatus there, and I was like, we could have had another season of Capaldi. So I will admit, I wanted more Capaldi, but it's the same writer. Doesn't matter who the writer is. The same writer for a certain amount of years over a stretch of 2 Doctors. Even as much as I liked Tennant, I was like okay with, if not Tennant, with Davies heading out. it happens with any. In my opinion, it happens with any of the head writers that I've seen thus far in Doctor Who. After a while, it's like, look, I don't dislike you. I'm sure I'd love to have a drink with you and hang out. Like, I'm sure you're a cool person, but I think it's time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because even though doctors change, when the head writer doesn't, I feel like certain things, certain concepts and stuff potentially end up getting reused. You know, and you realize, you're like, oh my God, I've been seeing Doctor Who with this head writer. Or if you're marathoning, you're seeing, you know, Doctor Who with this head writer for X amount of seasons. Or if you're doing it in real time, X amount of years.
Right.
So, funnily enough, as much as I want, you know, I don't want Chibnall to get fired or to leave before he thinks his time should be over. But if Chibnall does leave in like 3 years, I'm okay with new blood.
Right.
You know, because remember with oh dear God, thinking about how many years, because with Davies, started in 2005, ended in 2010. Right? 5 years?
Something like that.
Yeah. With Moffat, started in like 2010, 2011. No, like 2010. Ended in like 2017?
Mm.
Yes, there were gaps, but like, yeah, like, that's a long time. So in this case, I'm okay if Chibnall's gone in 3 years. Nothing against Chibnall. I'm just saying that, like, new head writers, new breath into this show is good.
Right, yeah.
Especially with how many episodes Chibnall's been writing this series.
Mm.
It's like new breath will be good. New life will be good. I just don't want it to be, I hope he doesn't leave after next series.
Right, yeah.
Because I feel like 2 is too short. But 3, maybe 4, just right. Good sweet spot.
Yeah.
Either way, though, we'd love to hear what you guys think down below. Thank you all so much for listening in, as always. Love you all. Take care, and tune in next time, whenever that may be, for another episode of Doctor Who Wednesday. All right,
next
guys.
time on Doctor Who Wednesday.
Whenever the hell that will be. It's like when Funimation used to dub Dragon Ball Z back in the day. Next time. But when will that be, Funimation? Haha, nerd. We go, okay. I guess I'll wait the whole summer. I'll wait 6 months for more DBZ. Yeah, love you all. Take care. See ya. Say goodnight, Tristan.
Night, everyone.